Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I guess over the weekend there was a stall in talks about slowing down production, and all the bureaucrats were, I guess, had a long day, like 14 hours. Oh my God, it's a normal day for me. Bunch of crackpots. Um, Anyways, we talked about this already on a weekly chart, and this is I want to make a point here that the chart always tells the story. And whatever they said over the weekend, whatever happened, um, this chart is coming off a double bottom. A hammer came across the 34, retraced back to the 8 support, popped again above the 34, and then over the weekend gapped down and smacked the 34 once again. Alright, so my point is this thing is trying to change trend on the upside. All the news all weekend was trying to make you think this thing's going to tank. This thing is going down. Um, but the chart is telling the story. We got a double bottom, comes across the 34, tries to change trend, bullish retracement, pops again, goes above, breaks another previous high, and then Monday morning, and I'll show you on Monday morning on a daily, gaps all the way down, and then runs all the way up. And that was our 34 on the weekly, right there. So my point is, the chart tells the story. Don't listen to the news. Um, certainly, this could have broken down. Certainly, why not? Nothing's perfect, but just looking at a chart when it's trying to change trend, there's a reason for it. It's been doing this for since this hammer, which was February 6th. So a month, 2 months, 2 months and 2 weeks. It's been trying to change trend. So this thing's bullish. All right, look for a previous high break. All right, and then another thing is that 8 was coming across, um, looking for support. So I wish the 8 was just a tiny bit higher, but that price smacked the 34, gapped down to the 34, and just ran up all day. So point again is, don't listen to the media, don't listen to the hype, read the charts. The charts are telling the story. You got a hammer, changing trend, bullish retracement, and now what you got to watch for previous high breaks. Now it could have broken down, but you got a lot of support here. When it goes changes trend on a weekly, you got all sorts of, you got the trend first to deal with, so that's your major support, and then you got the 8 and 13 previous lows. All this area here. If it broke this final low here, which is 37.95, 38, sure, but it didn't come down past 39. So just something to think about, something just to keep watch on. My teacher told me, to make your own assessments, and I did. For the longest time, I didn't believe, I was listening to the Kramer, and when you first start out, and if you hear it on the news, you're already too late. So just something to think about, guys. When stock is changing trend on a weekly basis over the 34, You got all sorts of support, lots of resilience, and the media was horrible, put you into fear, and it did gap down, but it gapped down right to the 34, right to support, and that's your best buy. All right, down into support, it's your best buy. So what? Let's see if we can see the play. Let's go to 15 minutes. See if we can find where it gapped down. There's the gap. Let's see if we can see a reversal bar. I haven't looked at this yet, but let's see if it's there. Not really a reversal bar, is it? Let's see if we can find it on the 60 minute. Nope. Well, I tell you what though, if it broke back into the gap, then that's your buy-in. But it was short-lived as you hit resistance on the 60 minute, broke down, and also gapped down again, looks like here. But then once it broke back up into the gap, maybe you got shooken out over here, and then you just take the previous high here. And pretty wild ride, but here's a bullish stair stepper right here. Stair step, stair step, stair step. Let's see if we can find a reversal bar. I don't know if there is one, but there's got to be one somewhere. Oh, I lost my bearings. It's a 5 minute. I don't know if we'll go that far. There we are. There's a hammer on the 5 minute. So you got your 5, 15, 5, 10, 15, 60 minute, and 5 hour for your intradays. And then you look at the 5 minute and you're like, oh, that's a hammer. See what happened. There's another hammer. Oh, take it on in. There's a piercing pattern into resistance. So there you go. You look for those reversal bars. All right. So anyways, moral of the story: just watch the charts. Don't listen to the media. A lot of hype out there. Just listen to the charts. When the chart is changing a weekly trend across the 34, you got a lot of bullish sentiment. Once it gets rejected, then you know all that sentiment is bogus. But that's how you play it. S&P and Dow going to the moon again. I guess we're hitting this lower high, and we're just going to keep going. No rhyme or reason. I know economic data is bad. But what can you do? We're the reserve currency. We print money, and we just paint the pig pretty and call it cute. Call it Miss Piggy right there. This is ugly. Whatever. There's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. Here's a lower high. Lower highs. This thing's been going up for 8 years straight. There's no reason why this hasn't turned around. And what I'm thinking is we'll get one final push, like an exhaustion move for a few months here. And then see the breakdown here. This should have been knocked back. This bullish retracement should have been knocked back to here, fallen apart. Or a bearish retracement, excuse me. When it got down to here, it should have bearish retracement back to the trend and fallen apart. But that did not happen, and it just gone straight up since. Just a bunch of crap. No rhyme or reason. It broke down, and it should have bearish retraced. We got lower highs. Everything's evident. It rode the trend here, made a lower high, broke down, should have bearish retraced right here, and broke down. But it's a failed pattern, so therefore it's going to keep going up. What I'm thinking is you're going to get a parabolic exhaustion move for the next few months until the election. That's all I can guess. And here's the Dow. It just keeps going. Same thing. Look how top heavy that is. I mean, it's I'm not even sure if that's a legitimate pattern. It's just out of nowhere, it just goes up. So anyways, on to gold. There's our trend. There's our balance point. We got a reverse head and shoulders. We've got that right shoulder, waiting for it to complete. It's still in consolidation. Right now, we're still above the 8. It's looking good. Didn't move much today. What we've got to do, let's get outside this pattern. Got to move outside that pattern. Stay above the 8. Get out that outside that pattern. I guess moving up this previous high will cause a little pattern breakout. This previous high is going to break us out of this pattern. But right now we're at the low part of the pattern, and it's a buy into support. Could break down. Look for a previous high break on the shorter terms. Similar to that. There's a nice reversal bar right there on the 30-minute. Previous high break here. 1232, 1233. Take a ride. See if it'll reach its natural point. Consolidate and move higher. Don't mind that one line because it doesn't stay where it's supposed to. Let's go to a 5-hour. I like the 5-hour. There we go. Okay, this is a bearish retracement, so make sure it holds. Look for a previous high break on the 5-hour, or you can take the previous resistance, which are previous lows. 8 and 13 are previous lows. Can you see that? So break into previous lows, you start breaking into the real bodies, and then you can ride up this consolidation, which is 12 to 1245. 1235, 1245. Alright. See what happens. This has to hold and reverse. Right now we have a lower high. So let's get above the previous lows and break to 1245. See if we can consolidate above this trend line, which are these previous highs. Consolidate above here and then move higher. There we go. Silver. Right now we are in that reverse head and shoulder. We're still in this. I'm going to call it a channel now, but it's a consolidation phase. above the 34, and it hasn't been above the 34 for 4+ years. So here we go. Our 8 and 13 are, well, the EMA 13 is almost above our major support, which is 1550. On this silver, we want to stay above 1550 at all costs. And that reason is, I'll just go back and show you, it's these previous, if we break these previous lows, then we'll go into the other half of the wave. But we have to stay above 1550 to be bullish. So anyways, the 8 is above 1550, and the 13 is almost above 1550. Today was very lackluster. We've got a little tiny whipsaw. We're inside the pattern again, the channel. So maybe this is going to come down. Where it comes down, we want to stay above previous highs, which is 16, and then 1584, and then we'll use our 8 as a major support, and then down to 1550. Only because it's inside the channel, and it goes back and forth between these things. Or we can just stay right there, stay above this previous high, and break this previous high. And then if we break this previous high, we're off to the races, because now it's a double top. One here, and one here. 1640 is the major break. I think we can do it. I think this is part of the head fake. And tomorrow is Tuesday, which is the day that the Shanghai Gold Exchange is going to bring out the, well, heck, no, I don't think anyone knows what they're actually going to do, but some major stuff is going to happen with the Shanghai Gold Exchange tomorrow, 19th of April. Let's look at the 5-hour and just see what's going on. It looks like it's on a teeter, but our first line of support is at 16 again. And then what was that? 1584. So we got here, here, and then 1550, which is right around there. So all right, looks like it looks a little top heavy, a little rounded, a little top heavy. Might come down to 16 at least. So we'll see. But tomorrow, like I said, is the good news, and if gold gets a push, I believe silver will follow. USLV, I really like this chart. If you guys see more charts like this, let me know. We want to break this double top here, which right now it did, and it looks like it's bearish or bullish retracing back to the line. But it wasn't much of a kick as it broke. So keep an eye on it. Find more charts that are just breaking the 34 and consolidating above the 34 as the 8 and 13 come across, and you witness that bullish retracement where the 8 is crossing, meeting the price, the 8 and the 13 all at once. Those are the ones you want to find. And then you buy into support, or you buy the flat top break. This is going to be a nice flat top break once it decides when it wants to go. So the next push in silver, watch this USLV. It's going to be nice. I think I'm tied up in too many stocks right now, so I'm probably going to miss this, which makes me mad because I like that chart a lot. All right, so I had some questions about America's Silver, USAPF, Impact Silver, ISVLF, and EXLLF. And I didn't have these in my watch list, so thank you. I appreciate that. I really don't have a lot of time to go searching for things at the moment. But my point is on these is that they've been running for a while. And if you're not in them, when they start running like this, I would rather you not chase them because they can turn on a dime and they'll turn around. Like this one today hit $1, which is a very emotional spot. Also, it broke into previous lows, broke at previous lows, broke into previous lows, at previous lows, and got stopped out. Got pushed back. And it's $1, which is a very emotional spot on the chart, these even points. So my point is, don't chase them. Sure, it looks great. You want to catch some action, but that's a weekly chart, and I mean that's been going on for many weeks. Here's your lower high. I would have took that previous high break, boom. Bullish retracement, took that previous high break, boom. Hammer off the support and took a ride. You can see it every time. Right across the 34. I mean, just get used to it, learn it. It's a high probability trade. Right across the 34 when the trend is changing on a weekly. I just I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't go buying this thing right now. This is Excellion, but it's changing trend on monthly. So I think that's the natural point that it wanted to go to. Let it rest. Let the 8 and the 13 come across the 34 on a monthly chart, which that takes time. It takes a few months. But you can see the previous lows here. Breaking in the previous lows, it got stopped out on a weekly. It could definitely run. Next stop 150. But if you're not in it already, I wouldn't worry about it. Put it on your watch list. Look for some kind of a bullish retracement. But that's a hell of a ride if you're in that. That's awesome. Especially that hammer right off the 8. Back to ISVLF. Again, just today, had a nice run, but it's getting stopped out at right around 50. Broke into previous lows here and hit a notch right there. A knot in the wave. So could definitely run to 50 even, but from 40 to 45, yeah, I guess it could run to 50. But like I said on the last one, this thing has been running for weeks. It gapped and ran. No stopping that one. Let's look on a monthly, see where the trend is going. Yep, just breaking trend on a monthly. Look for a bearish retrace. A bullish retracement back to the 34 on a monthly. Buy into support. Wait for the 13 and the 8 to come with it. But these, if you're not in it, here's the previous lows it's banging into. Here's where it could go. So there you go. America's Silver, same thing. It's been running, nice run, but it's hitting It's hitting resistance here. It broke into here, gapped, see that gap, and then it ran to the next resistance, which is here. That's a consolidation. This sideways action here. Lots of resistance into here, and then the other half of the consolidation is up here. So you got I guess if it was really strong, it can go up to 32. But it looks like it's lost its gas. So far this week, it's got a indecision. So maybe look for this thing to come down, back down to support, which is 22, 20. It's got a gap, maybe around 20 if it goes below that. But yeah, it could come down back to 20 this next couple weeks, if not faster. I just ran too fast. I don't want anyone chasing these things, getting themselves caught in a mess. You can see those are 3 white soldiers. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it could run. We got a couple more weeks in the month. But ultimately, look for a bullish retracement back to the 34 on a monthly, which is 20. Which I just want to reiterate, going back to the weekly, that's our EMA 8. Okay. But you gotta don't just let the price come down to the 8 and take it first bite. Wait and see what happens. Make sure that's the bounce. But yeah, it's been going straight up, so it's got to be able to rest. It's only the first day of the week, though. Which on a daily, boom, boom. I guess if it stays above 25 for the week, then you might see a run. But there you go. Don't chase it. Find the ones that are just breaking the 34 on a weekly basis, and those are your better bets. Trying to figure out where it's going to go from here is way too hard, and you're likely to make some mistakes. That's it, guys. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Keep your ears open. Shanghai Gold Exchange is coming live, from what I understand, and rumor is possibly that they're going to redeem or start redeeming their treasury bonds, which is our debt that we sold to them, in a tune of 1.2 trillion. And if China starts doing that, I believe Russia and everyone else is going to jump on board, and that is whistling a tune of $16 trillion around the world in debt that we have sold to other countries. So get yourself prepared, okay? Buy some gold and silver. Make sure you got some water and enough food for a few months at least. All right, guys. Thanks for the donations. One thing I wanted to mention is one of my videos I did, I think on the 12th, which today is the 18th. I got 818 hits, which is unbelievable to me. It's outrageous that 818 people watched my video. And I just put that out last week. So I've been averaging, a few hundred per video. No, maybe 200 views per video in a week's time, which is pretty good. But 800 views in under a week. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So I think I have that success to thank to you guys for sharing. So please share my videos, like, comment. Google loves comments, and let me know what's going out there. See, tell me some weekly trend breaks on some more mining stocks. I don't know all of them, and if you see some that are just breaking the weekly trend, let me know. Um, glad to watch them. It's going to be a fun ride for the next couple years, I think. All right, see you guys.